It'll be quite a night out in Springfield. The newest members of the Basketball Hall of Fame will be inducted tonight. Celtic fans, no doubt, have fond memories of two of tonight's inductees, Dr. J, Julius Erving, and Bill Walton. Scott Wally is standing by live at the Springfield Civic Center where tonight's induction will take place. Scott?
Okay, Bob, thanks very much. We're here at the reception area of the Civic Center here in the city where basketball was born to honor 8 new inductees. Calvin Murphy, Dan Issel, Dick McGuire, who else do we have? Walt Bellamy. A couple of women voted in this year, just the 3rd and 4th women to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. UCLA's Ann Myers, and from the former Soviet Union, Yelena Semyonova. 3 inducted on the first ballot this year: Semyonova, Julius Erving, and our own Bill Walton. Today's the day Erving, Walton, and 6 others join the likes of John Havlicek in the Hall of Fame. Dr. J made his name with the 76ers. Bill Walton with the Trailblazers, Clippers, and Boston Celtics.
The '86 season for the Boston Celtics brought back to me a sense of the joy of basketball and how much fun it can be and how great the life of a basketball player is.
He won 2 collegiate titles at UCLA under John Wooden and led Portland to the NBA championship in 1977. But Celtics fans will remember him as the 6th man on Boston's most recent title team, arguably the best team of all time.
There wasn't much that team couldn't do. What it couldn't do, I don't know. We did everything that was asked of us.
Erving, who starred with Philadelphia from 1976 to 1987, helped redefine the game as it's played in 1993.
Well, I think I made a pretty profound contribution on what the game is about today and how it's played, and the acceptance of, you know, the high wire act, the game being played above the rim, a lot of things being done in transition.
But Julius Erving was more than just a high wire artist.
Dr. J was as fierce a competitor as I've ever played against.
We had a lot of good wars with Dr. J early in the 80s when he was in Philly, and boy, we used to get in the Eastern Conference Finals. Used to have some real knockdown dragouts. It was great. That was probably the most intense rivalry I've ever been involved in. It was just fantastic.
Kevin McHale is enjoying his first days as a retiree. A sure bet for the Hall of Fame himself, McHale nevertheless says he isn't counting on anything. Likewise, Walton seemed genuinely surprised at his selection.
My career was one that was marked by frustration, disappointment, injury, the inability to play. And that's what makes me so proud and so happy.
The ball is smaller than it used to be, but the competitive fires still burn in the great ones. For Julius Erving, induction into the Hall of Fame is only today's greatest honor, not tomorrow's.
And this is a part of my life, and this is a most special, very special part of that part of my life. And after it's given, it's something that can never be taken away. But the ultimate remains to be seen. In other words, it is not all downhill from here, but for all of these 8 honorees tonight, it's going to be very difficult to top tonight's event as they take their places among the greatest to ever play the game of basketball. And we make special mention tonight of the Johnny Most Award tonight, former legendary Celtics announcer, honored posthumously with the Kurt Gowdy Media Award. That is it from Springfield. Here at the Civic Center, Scott Waller reporting live. Bob, back to you.
And meanwhile, out in Springfield, the Basketball Hall of Fame is embracing its newest members. Among them are 2 with strong local connections. Mike Dowling is in Springfield at the Hall, standing by live. Michael?
Okay, thanks, Lynchy. Yeah, the Hall is just about to induct its 34th class, and 8 individuals will go in this evening, including 2. Yes, Dr. J and Bill Walton. First, take a look at Dr. J from those glory years up in Amherst, where he spent 3 of his best years, he claims. One of only 7 people ever to average over 20 points and 20 rebounds. For his entire collegiate career, he loves UMass.
He's very close to where I attended college. That's probably as special as becoming a Hall of Famer because, you know, you can only have that experience once. You're only 18 once, and for the 3 years that I was at UMass, you know, that's the experience that I would like to wish for every member of my family because that was a wonderful time for me.
And then it was on to the professional ranks. 5 years in the ABA, a couple with the Virginia Squires, a couple with the New York Nets, MVP 3 times in the ABA, where he really revolutionized the game with his aerial acts. 11 years with the 76ers, including the '83 championship year.
I think I probably paved the way for the acceptance of the high wire act, being able to do things in transition with the ball
as well as after becoming airborne with the ball, changing hands, maneuvering your body, using body English, body control, and taking the game from a standard forwards position with my physique at 6'6", 210, and being able to do a lot of what the little guys do, as well as most of what the big guys can do, and just kind of open.
Dr. J, and of course the guy next to me, Bill Walton.
Mike, great to be here. But where's Amherst?
Amherst is just up the road. Dr. J made it famous, University of Massachusetts.
I know where the Boston Garden is, and I know where Cambridge is, but Amherst, I've never heard of it.
Now, let me ask you this. Going into the Hall of Fame, but maybe even bigger fame, Wheel of Fortune last week, everyone has stopped you, right?
It's been an unbelievable week for me. The Wheel of Fortune last week, the championship, NBC studios all weekend long, and today the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield. I couldn't be happier. I am on cloud nine. I am so proud.
Okay, as we were watching the video of you through your UCLA days, through your Portland days, through your Clipper days, let me ask you how close you came to quitting after your Clipper days, because I know they were miserable. You were playing with some selfish guys.
I actually quit, Mike, in my first year a number of times, but I always called the guy back and said, I'm coming back. This was on Portland when I first joined the NBA, and things were not all that positive in the Clippers thing on the playing court. Off the court, I had no problems there, but you never want to quit anything, and basketball was the game I've loved and given my life to, and as long as I had a chance to play, I was going to keep getting out there. I was forced out of basketball so many times due to injuries, ultimately after the '87 season. I'm standing here today, I'm standing awfully tall and awfully proud.
Finally, let me ask you off the court, how you switched from the long hair ponytail Bill Walton to the guy now that says everything correctly. Was it the job in television?
I've always been mainstream. It's the other guys who have been off the charts.
And Ron, you get a shot of his shoes down here. He's still wearing tennis shoes all the way into the Hall of Fame, 6'11", except you were always taller than Parrish, who was 7 feet. I won't let you reply to that one. Bill Walton going into the Hall of Fame tonight, and a justly deserved honor for him. Lynchy?
Oh, terrific interview. I've always been mainstream.